1992, Norman, Oklahoma. A year that would go down in history for a strange and baffling experiment, one that still remains shrouded in mystery to this day. The United States Department of Energy's Sandia National Laboratories, a respected research institution, claimed to have successfully teleported matter from one location to another, an astonishing feat that defied the laws of physics as we knew them. The experiment was led by Dr. Eric Widner, a brilliant and enigmatic scientist who had been working on quantum teleportation for over a decade. In collaboration with a team of researchers at Sandia National Laboratories, they had developed a groundbreaking technology that they believed could revolutionize the world, a teleporter. The team had built a device called a quantum gate, which they claimed could transport an atom from one chamber to another using quantum entanglement, a phenomenon where two particles become inextricably linked no matter how far apart they are. The researchers had conducted countless trials and experiments, and finally, on that fateful day in 1992, they announced that they had successfully teleported an atom from one chamber to another. The scientific community was stunned. Teleportation had long been considered the stuff of science fiction, and yet here was a respected research institution claiming to have achieved it. The news quickly spread, and soon, headlines around the world were proclaiming the breakthrough. But as the initial shock wore off, questions began to emerge. How could this be possible? Teleportation violated several fundamental laws of physics, including the conservation of energy and momentum. And yet, Sandia National Laboratories stood by their claims, releasing a flurry of papers and studies that seemed to support their findings. Skepticism grew, and soon other researchers began to challenge the results. They argued that there must be some error in the experiments, some flaw in the methodology, and yet, despite numerous attempts to replicate the experiment, no one could disprove the results. As the years passed, the mystery only deepened. The team at Sandia National Laboratories refused to share their data or equipment with other researchers, citing national security concerns. And then, in 1996, Dr. Widner and his team suddenly left the lab, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and unexplained phenomena. To this day, the experiment remains one of the most puzzling and intriguing events in the history of science. Was it a genuine breakthrough or merely a clever hoax? And if it was real, what does it mean for the future of science and technology? These are questions that may never be answered, but they continue to haunt the annals of scientific history, reminding us that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Delving into the lives and motivations of the key players involved in what has been deemed the strangest experiment in Oklahoma history. This enigmatic event is shrouded in mystery, involving a reclusive scientist, a forward-thinking university, and government agencies that may have played a role behind the scenes. Our journey begins with Dr. Herbert Reginald Wagner, a brilliant yet elusive scientist who spent most of his career working on top-secret projects for various government entities. Born in 1925, Wagner earned his PhD in physics from MIT at the age of 24, making him one of the youngest individuals to achieve this feat. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, he worked on classified projects for the U.S. Department of Defense, contributing to advancements in radar technology and electromagnetic weaponry. In the early 1970s, Dr. Wagner vanished from the public eye, resurfacing years later as a professor at Oklahoma State University. During his time at OSU, he became known for his unconventional teaching methods and controversial theories regarding quantum mechanics and its potential applications in engineering. It was during this period that Wagner conducted the experiment that would leave scientists baffled and questioning reality itself. The institution where Wagner carried out his groundbreaking research played a significant role in fostering an environment conducive to innovation. Oklahoma State University, under the leadership of President Sharp during the 1970s and 80s, positioned itself as a hub for scientific exploration and discovery. The university's administration actively encouraged faculty members like Wagner to push boundaries and challenge conventional wisdom, creating an atmosphere ripe for revolutionary ideas. However, it appears that government agencies may have had their hand in the mysterious experiment as well. Declassified documents reveal that the Department of Energy provided funding for some of Dr. Wagner's research projects at OSU. While the nature of this support remains undisclosed, it raises questions about whether the DOE had a vested interest in the outcomes of Wagner's work. Moreover, sources indicate that personnel from the Central Intelligence Agency were present during the execution of the experiment. Although their exact role remains unclear, their presence suggests that there may be more to this story than meets the eye. It is worth noting that the CIA has a history of funding and overseeing scientific research with potential national security implications, adding another layer of intrigue to the strangest experiment in Oklahoma history. As we continue to explore the backstory behind this enigmatic event, many questions remain unanswered. What were Dr. Wagner's true motivations for conducting such a perplexing experiment? How did Oklahoma State University's culture of innovation contribute to the development and execution of this groundbreaking research? And perhaps most intriguingly, what role did government agencies like the DOE and CIA play in supporting, or even suppressing, Wagner's work? These questions serve as a reminder that sometimes the truth is indeed stranger than fiction. The answers may never be fully revealed, but unraveling the mystery surrounding the strangest experiment in Oklahoma history offers valuable insights into the intersections of science, secrecy, and society. Join us as we delve deeper into this fascinating tale, shedding light on the people and institutions that shaped its course while leaving room for speculation and wonder about what truly transpired during those fateful days at Oklahoma State University. 1985 Oklahoma State University. A time and place shrouded in mystery, where the boundaries of theoretical physics were pushed to their absolute limits. The experiment that took place here has been a subject of much debate, speculation, and controversy. Even today, it remains one of the strangest episodes in American scientific history. The crux of this enigma lies in the application of three complex concepts from quantum mechanics: entanglement, wormholes, and parallel dimensions. Theorized by some of the greatest minds in physics, these phenomena have been debated for decades, yet their practical applications remain largely unexplored. Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon where two particles become interconnected regardless of distance. Albert Einstein famously referred to it as spooky action at a distance. This strange connection could potentially be used to transmit information instantaneously between points in space, bypassing the speed of light barrier. Then there are wormholes, theoretical bridges through space-time first proposed by physicist John Wheeler. They suggest a shortcut from one point in our universe to another. If they exist and can be controlled, they might provide the means for rapid interstellar travel or even time travel. Lastly, there's the concept of parallel dimensions, also known as the multiverse theory. This idea postulates that our universe isn't alone. Instead, it coexists with countless others, each potentially having different physical laws. Some interpretations propose the possibility of moving between these universes, a form of teleportation. Intriguingly, documents declassified in recent years hint at research conducted during this period at Oklahoma State University that touched upon these very topics. Reports mention investigations into quantum entanglement for communication purposes, studies on wormhole dynamics, and even speculative work on interdimensional travel. However, the exact nature of the experiments, their outcomes, and any potential breakthroughs remain classified. What we do know is that after a brief flurry of activity and numerous high-level meetings, all research ceased abruptly. The project was shut down without explanation, leaving behind more questions than answers. Did they succeed? Did they fail disastrously? Or did they open up a can of wormholes they couldn't close? Without concrete evidence or official confirmation, we can only speculate. Yet the very fact that such radical research was undertaken and then abruptly halted fuels our fascination and curiosity. It underscores how little we truly understand about the fundamental forces governing our reality and invites us to keep exploring, questioning, and pushing boundaries. And so, just as stars are born out of darkness, mysteries like this one ignite our imagination, illuminating the path forward in our quest for knowledge. After all, every great discovery begins with a leap into the unknown. 1978, the height of the Cold War. The U.S. Department of Energy's Manned Spacecraft Center in Houston, Texas, was abuzz with activity. However, one experiment conducted by physicist Dr. John R. Hutchinson remains shrouded in mystery to this day. Hutchinson's work focused on creating a device capable of manipulating gravity, the so-called Hutchinson effect. Although dismissed by mainstream science at the time, his findings suggested that certain combinations of electromagnetic fields could reduce the weight of physical objects, even seemingly defying gravity. On February 10, 1978, something went awry during an experiment. A sudden surge in power caused a massive explosion, destroying the lab and leaving behind only fragments of Hutchinson's research data. Miraculously, Hutchinson survived but refused to discuss the incident publicly. He died in 2014 without ever revealing what truly happened that day. The fallout from this controversial experiment was profound. Immediately after the explosion, all related documents were classified by the Department of Energy. Key witnesses claim they were silenced and warned against speaking about the event. Official sources deny any knowledge of the incident or its implications. Even more puzzling is the fact that similar experiments conducted at other facilities around the world have produced inconsistent results, adding to the enigma surrounding Hutchinson's work. Some physicists argue that these inconsistencies are evidence of a cover-up, while others maintain that they simply reflect our limited understanding of gravity and electromagnetism. Despite official denials, there are indications that the US government took Hutchinson's research seriously. In 1980, 2 years after the explosion, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency issued a classified call for proposals seeking to replicate and expand upon Hutchinson's findings. The project, known as Inertial Barrier Technologies, aimed to develop a system for generating protective force fields using electromagnetic forces. To further complicate matters, rumors persist of secret military projects exploring gravity-controlled technology, possibly based on Hutchinson's research. These whispers are fueled by patents filed by the US Navy and Air Force for devices resembling Hutchinson's gravity manipulation apparatus. The mysterious disappearance of Hutchinson's research data, the silencing of key witnesses, and the denials from official sources only deepen the enigma surrounding this strange episode in Oklahoma history. As we continue to probe the frontiers of science, cases like Hutchinson serve as stark reminders of how much we still have to learn and how far some entities will go to control such knowledge. The story of Dr. John R. Hutchinson's experiment is a captivating reminder of the power of curiosity and the importance of pushing boundaries in our quest for understanding. While many questions remain unanswered, one thing is clear. The The truth about this enigmatic event lies buried somewhere within the annals of classified science. The Oklahoma experiment, shrouded in secrecy for decades, has left a trail of unanswered questions that continue to baffle scientists and historians alike. The project's clandestine nature raises legitimate concerns about the extent to which certain entities will go to control knowledge and suppress innovation. Delving deeper into this enigma reveals a complex web of national security interests, powerful corporations, and government agencies determined to protect their secrets. At the heart of the Oklahoma experiment is Dr. John R. Hutchinson, a brilliant physicist whose groundbreaking work in electromagnetism thrust him into the spotlight during the Cold War era. Classified military contracts poured into his lab, propelling him to develop cutting-edge technologies with potential implications for both defense and energy production. As the story goes, Dr. Hutchinson discovered something peculiar while conducting experiments on electromagnetic fields. His notes describe an inexplicable phenomenon, objects suspended in mid-air, defying gravity's pull. This anomaly, now known as the Hutchinson effect, challenged conventional physics and sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Yet, amidst growing interest in his work, Dr. Hutchinson found himself silenced. His laboratory was suddenly shut down, and all records of the experiment vanished without a trace. A once thriving research hub became a ghost town overnight, leaving behind only whispers of its former glory. Why would such a promising line of inquiry be abruptly terminated? Some speculate that the Hutchinson effect posed a threat to national security, as it could potentially disrupt communication systems or render military technology obsolete. Others argue that powerful corporations with vested interests in fossil fuels may have pressured the government to suppress the invention, fearing its potential impact on energy markets. Regardless of the motives behind the cover-up, one thing is clear: the Oklahoma experiment represents a significant loss for scientific progress. By sweeping this discovery under the rug, countless opportunities for advancement have been stifled, leaving us to wonder what could have been. Today, dedicated researchers continue to dig through declassified documents and Freedom of Information Act requests, hoping to shed light on this mysterious episode. Their efforts serve as a testament to the enduring allure of suppressed knowledge and the human desire for understanding. As we ponder the fate of Dr. Hutchinson's experiment, one question lingers in the air: how many more secrets lie buried within the annals of classified science, waiting to be uncovered? Only time will tell if the truth behind the Oklahoma experiment will ever come to light. But until then, it remains a captivating reminder of the power of curiosity and the importance of pushing boundaries in our quest for understanding. As we've delved into the enigmatic story of Dr. Hutchinson's strange Oklahoma experiment, many questions linger about the true nature and purpose behind this bizarre chapter in our history. With the classified documents still sealed away from public scrutiny, it seems that the truth may remain elusive for years to come. The implications of such an experiment raise profound concerns regarding the ethical boundaries of scientific exploration and the potential consequences of playing with forces beyond our comprehension. Despite these dangers, there remains a captivating allure in understanding the secrets held within these hidden realms, a testament to humanity's insatiable curiosity. Yet, as researchers continue to probe the fringes of quantum mechanics and teleportation, it is worth considering whether we are any closer to unlocking the mysteries surrounding Dr. Hutchinson's work. While significant strides have been made in recent decades, including the successful teleportation of particles over short distances, replicating the complex conditions described in those obscure reports remains a formidable challenge. In light of these advancements, one cannot help but wonder if Dr. Hutchinson's team had indeed stumbled upon some groundbreaking discovery, or perhaps even made contact with forces beyond our current scientific paradigm. The very notion sends chills down the spine and ignites the imagination, inviting us to ponder the possibilities that lie just beyond our grasp. However, as we grapple with these questions, it is essential to approach such mysteries with a healthy dose of skepticism and critical thinking. After all, countless unsubstantiated claims have emerged throughout history, often leading down dead ends or mired in conspiracy theories. To avoid falling into this trap, we must rely on verifiable facts and rigorous investigation, ensuring that our pursuit of knowledge remains grounded in reality. With this in mind, it is crucial to remember that the world of suppressed inventions and classified experiments extends far beyond Dr. Hutchinson's Oklahoma lab. Across government agencies, military installations, and private corporations, countless secrets are shielded from public view, their true nature obscured behind layers of red tape and national security concerns. As we continue to probe these enigmatic corners of our scientific history, one thing remains clear: the pursuit of knowledge is an unending journey, fraught with challenges and uncertainties. But as we press onward, driven by curiosity and the human spirit, we must never forget the lessons of the past, lest we find ourselves forever lost in the shadows of our own ignorance. And so, as the sun sets on the mysterious Oklahoma lab, its secrets locked away for now, we are left with a haunting question that lingers in the air: how many more hidden truths lie buried beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered? Only time will tell if the enigma of Dr. Hutchinson's experiment will ever be solved. But until then, it remains an enduring symbol of our ceaseless quest for understanding, a journey that knows no bounds and dares to venture into the unknown.